Hello everyone, welcome to my new floral tutorial. In this real-time video, I will show you step by step how you can create these stunning irises using just one single brush, and watch until the end and see me creating those beautiful textures. Please give it a like if it was helpful, subscribe for more videos, and check out my Patreon for exclusive tutorials. Enjoy painting! I'm painting on 8 by 8 in the watercolor sketchbook, and I'm using dagger brush from Princeton. I will add the links below the video. So I'm mixing ultramarine blue with opera rose, which is really beautiful and bright pink color, and I'm using tip of my dagger brush and I'm pressing down the side and just then lifting again and painting with the edge. Gonna add more pigment. Gonna use more pink. So I'm gonna water it down. So I have about 50 pigment percent and 50 of water. And again, I'm gonna press it with the edge, wiggle, 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 and pull it down. Let's create another one. So I'm just with the tip of my brush, and on this one I have more ultramarine, but I'm gonna dilute it with water a little bit because top of the flower I would like to have it lighter. So with tip of my brush, then pressing the side, wiggling with the tip and pulling down. Look how beautiful it looks already. So let's create more petals, more pink. I'm watering down. Again, using tip, wiggle, 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 and pull it down. And here's like most of the flower completed already. Now I'm gonna make darker purple. I accidentally dabbed my brush in my turquoise, but it's okay. I need more ultramarine. And now I'm gonna add shade darker, which is opera rose, not pink. So I have nice creamy purplish pink, and I actually will add more ultramarine. So now I'm gonna paint the bottom petal, just wiggle, 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 and pull it up. Then the side, more like side of the brush, and I'm gonna pull it up. And I would like to vary my purple, so I'm gonna use more blue on this side because the light creates different shades. Even if it's the same exact color, it will look different on the different lights. So on this side I would like to make it more interesting and a different shade of purple. So I'm just wiggling, pulling up. Ultramarine more. So I'm gonna darken the bottom of the flower, just wiggling again. With more ultramarine, I'm just gonna dab with my brush. And again here, it's some areas is drier, some still wet. And that's the beauty. You can have different brush strokes, more loose, more hard-edged. I'm just gonna add more pink. So I have my paper towel here. I'm gonna tap on paper towel, and with side of the brush just add that pink, then more blue. Let's add a little bit of interest on this side. So I'm using tip of my brush and just adding a few lines. And here I'm just gonna add some on wet, creating that patterns on the petal. Now I'm gonna start adding yellow while it's still wet. I would like to have it blending in a little bit, so I'm using cadmium yellow medium and watering down, tapping on paper towel. Just gonna do the stroke, dab, wash my brush. I don't want too much brown here. I want clean yellow, and again I took my clean yellow and just will be gently, very lightly with tip of the brush adding a few yellow strokes. And now I will go with my darker purple again, ultramarine blue. I'm gonna mix more, so I'm gradually adding darker values of blues and purple. And I need actually more blue. So with the side of my brush, I'm just wiggle, pull it down. Let's add more values, darker values in the center of the flower. The center is always darker because of the petals, of the design of the petals. They create shadow. I'm just gonna wiggle like so, and we'll start painting the stem. I'm gonna use my favorite greens I've been using for years, which is Daniel Smith Undersea Green. I have this on my palette, and I will add some burnt umber and create this bud. And again with tip of my brush, I'm just gonna pull it down. Now I'm gonna add perylene green, which my other favorite green. Just dab in some different shades of green. Now I'm gonna use side of my brush and paint the leaf. Dab in some undersea green and just wiggle, create some loose. So I clean my brush. Now I'm gonna pull some with my damp brush to create that loose effect. Okay, let's add some more details. You see how lightly I touched paper? And let's add just something on this side and more dabs. Okay, let's see what we have. I really like how the flower looks like. Now it's important not overwork it. Okay, I'm gonna start painting another one and think what I'm gonna add to this one. So let's think of the composition. I'm gonna add another leaf here, and here's the stem for the second. Gonna add different green, just kind of drier strokes. Okay, we're gonna do again same thing with ultramarine blue and opera rose. So I'm gonna create that top petal, very loose. So I'm gonna add more ultramarine blue, tip of my brush, just wiggle wiggle on the left and on the right. Now I'm gonna use more of the side of my brush, press it down, just wiggle it, pull it up, press it down, wiggle, pull it up. So I'm using variations of purple. So I'm pressing down, wiggle, wiggle, pulling up, wiggle, pulling down. And let's add one more in the front. So maybe wider. So I'm just wiggling, going up. Gonna cover that green with more. So now with my tip of the brush, gonna add some veins on the petals. Same here, just some details, a few lines. Okay, now I will take my yellow and just drop in yellow. Maybe lift some. I will go again with ultramarine blue. And now I will go with darkest alizarin crimson to create my dark purple. Here's my darkest purple, and I'm just gonna go with tip of my brush, create a few lines. And remember, the tips of the petals, of the bottom petals, are darker, and we have highlight right in the light going right in the center of the flower or at the top of the flower. Just gonna fix some edges, play with edges, a few lines, just loose. I'm using tip of my brush. Creating few interesting patterns here in the petals with tip of my brush. You see how beautiful this brush is? And now I would like to add some blue. So just pure ultramarine blue. Tapping off paper towel and just a few. I would like to lift some of my color here. Can you even use paper towel? Tap. And with ultramarine blue, just a brush stroke of that pure blue color. And I think I would like to add a few blue. Now I'm gonna take my really bright opera rose and just do one dab like that, just like so, and something on this flower. I would like to add a few details on the bud of the flower and fix this one as well. So we have petal here, maybe add a few details like so. I will darken the bud where the flower starts with my perlin green. Just adding some loose. That was too much. And I would like to add some more like brownish, purplish, create some brown here. So I can go with my burnt sienna, dab in and in the leaves. With yellow, create some bright yellowish green, and same on this color to make it interesting, adding variations of green, some just smudging, softening. And I would like to add some splatters. It's up to you guys, but I love loose with splattery effect watercolors. And I will do same thing with my pink. Just a few splatters to add texture, and some of them with my clean brush I'm just gonna clean. If you see some obvious splatters you don't like, just lift them with your clean brush. And on this side I would like to add some yellowish green. So yellow is complementary color of the purple, that's why it's gonna look great on next to it somewhere. Maybe lift some. And that's about it. Maybe a few ultramarine or darkest. Can even go with indigo. And the bottom where the darkest in the shadow petals are, I'm not afraid to add some really dark purples and blues. And a few lines. And we'll add a little bit darker leaves using indigo. Just a few dabs. Side of my brush, tip of my brush. So guys, you're gonna see how fun it is playing with this brush. Okay, and a few purple dabs, and here gonna do some yellow. And that's about it. It's a sketch. I'm working on my sketchbook, and it's not 100% cotton paper, and that's a great way to practice and test something new. So you see I'm just playing with contrast colors, complementary. So I'm playing with complementary colors here. Yellow next to purple. I love this one. I love this flower. This is not my favorite. I can work on it a little bit when it's dry. just gonna try to fix it, add a few lines. So darker, contrasty to save it. Okay, that should be enough. Actually, let's do a few splatters down here in the green on top of my leaves. I love splatters because it adds the texture right away and that interest. Okay, let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please comment what you think about this brush, if you ever used it, and comment with your flower ideas if you want me to paint a specific flower. Thank you so much for watching again, and I'll see you in my next video. Have a wonderful day.